Okay, so let's move to the next question. Okay, so areal differentiation. Okay, this is also almost same to the regional part. Okay, I will just go through it. So critically examine the changing perspective of the concept of areal differentiation. Okay, so although the term areal differentiation was coined by Hartshorne, very good, in the early 20th century. Okay, you can put here that he was part of classical period, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, part of classical period. The idea existed since the ancient times also. Okay, so this is a very good intro. Now, here you have added areal differentiation as chorography, chorology, and new regional geography. Very good. The phases of development of areal differentiation. So AD is part of chorography reflected in attempts to identify regions on Earth and describe their characteristics. Yes, this is a very good term. The description of the characteristics which has been done here. Okay, so we will say that this was more of a nomothetic in its working. Okay, and also it was more of a subjective till this time period. Okay, when it was chorography. So ancient and medieval period chorography regions of Strabo Alberoni, very good. Classical period Kant's geography as an exception. Exceptionalism. Okay, exceptionalism is a will be the word here. So pre-modern period, regional synthesis by Ritter, subdivisions by Ritter. Okay. So issues with chorographical studies, highly descriptive and encyclopedic. Okay. You can also add up here nomothetic
Okay, sir.
and subjective. So the terms like nomothetic, descriptive, and subjective, they are very important when you are providing a certain perception here. Okay. So barrier to the development of geography as a science. Okay, very good term. Then AD as a chorology, major proponents were Richthofen, very good. Geography as science of Earth surface with focus on diverse phenomena and their interrelationship in an area, very good. Hatner, regional analysis to be based upon principles developed in systematic branch. Okay, very good. Hartshorne, geography as a science of regions where regions are analyzed using the systematic principles. Okay, very good here. So criticisms, this approach thus developed was rigid. Okay, good. Too exhaustive list of criteria was to be followed to categorize regions. Okay, focused more on physical aspects, ignored cultural aspects. Okay, cultural plus human aspect. Okay, then phase 3 of ADS, new regional geography. These were three major influence in the newness of AD. Okay, so welfare influence. Okay, third phase, AD as a new regional geography. There were three major influence in newness of AD. Okay, so when we are providing here the same aspect here, the changing perspective of the concept of AD. So here you can provide in certain part here. Okay, the same diagram of Poon. Okay, where we have areal differentiation, then we have quantitative revolution, then we have critical revolution. Okay, so this we are talking about the critical revolution, okay, which came after the quantitative revolution phase. Okay, so under this we have welfare influence. AD was based upon meaningful criteria like distribution of goods and bads in society. Okay, so SDI ranking. Okay, this is good. Okay, so humanistic influence, focus on study of humans and adopted ideographic approach. Okay, so it influence is manifested in concept of places. Okay, very good. You can add here Gifu Tuan. Then structural influence, every area has its own unique structure. Okay. Okay, so structure you can add it up here with respect to the radical geography. Okay, actually not radical but Marxist. Marxist will be the better term here. So critic Marxist structuralist searched to politicize geography. Okay, what is this word?
Seemed to.
Seemed. Seemed to politicize geography. Okay, this is a good term. Humanistic influence made it the study of unique. Okay, unique what?
The unique phenomena, ideographic.
Okay, then you could have also added the welfare influence and its critic. Okay, so it was having too much confidence over government,
Yes, sir.
government policies. Okay, so they were too liberal. But the reality is that the government is not able to solve the problem of society or the problem of inequality. That will be the good term. Okay, if used wisely, the various new areal differentiation approaches can help a lot in different fields like administration, disaster management, etc. Okay, so this is a good answer is written good, but you have to mention the perspective is also added. You have to add up certain names like you have added up here Strabo, Albironi, classical period, Kant is here, pre-modern period, Ritter is here. Okay, so issues with choreographical studies have been explained well. Okay, chorology you have explained Richthofen and the Hetner and Hartshorne also. Okay, but you have to give a particular example of what chorology was. Basically, chorology will be seen as you have explained here that what was the choreography? It was descriptive. Okay, so chorology was integration of various phenomena of space and time in a scientific manner. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the chorology and the choreography. So choreography it was more descriptive, and chorology it was the scientific addition of something in a space, whatever is happening with respect to either land or climate or anything. So it was integrating this parts here. So made it was different from the choreography here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So criticisms have been well followed. Then in the phase three, in under the phase three, you have to specify the revival of areal differentiation again after the fall of quantitative revolution due to non-inclusion of human aspect in geographical studies. Okay, so therefore there was development of new regional geography. So this particular paragraph which I have added here, it will come before this phase three. Okay, then
Okay,
you
sir.
can also provide here this particular diagram that how there was we have in the ancient part we have phase one.
Paradigm shifts.
Okay, so paradigm shift is taking place, then two, then three, then four. So how it is taking place here, okay, over the time scale. So then critic can be also improved here. So here in the structural aspect, you can add here Harvey, Yefutuan, and Ralph. Okay, welfare, you can add up here SM Smith. Okay, this he can be added here. Okay, then okay, it is widely used in the aerial differentiation approaches like administration, disaster management, etc. So conclusion is good here. So this is a 15 mark question. Yes, this is a 15 mark question. In this answer, I will be giving you 8 out of 50 because you have written a very good answer. Okay. No doubt the answer is very good, but yes, the answer can be improved and zero point 0.5 to 1 marks can be added up here. And actually, believe me, if you will add this aspect small, they seem to be very small. Okay. very minor things, but when
Hmm.
you add them, it basically improves your mark by more than 65 to 70% also. Because I have seen students in the past who have actually achieved this aspect here.
Hmm.
Okay.
Sir, I had a doubt
Yeah.
because I wanted to write a lot more, but
Okay.
due to space constriction and again my lack of practice, I wasn't able to structure it well. So, how
Okay.
should I manage the space? Like, I felt the space is pretty less
Okay.
compared as what I wanted to write.
See, what is happening here? You have critically examine the changing perspective on the concept of areal differentiation. Now, what we will do here, we will try to break this question, and we will just try to make an approach that how we have to write an answer. This practice I am doing just to assure myself that I am giving my answer a good structure and the required space which is needed here. Okay. So number one, when it is asking for critically examination, so we have to write here positives and negatives. Both of them have to be included here. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, how I am doing it, I have to say it. Okay. For example, as you have done it here, for example, from ancient, okay, you have included positives and negatives. Then you have went for the classical. Then you went for the modern. Okay. Then you went for postmodern. Okay. Now,
Hmm.
here I'm also, we have to add here the development of areal differentiation.
Hmm.
Now, when it is asking on the changing perspective, so I have to explain the perception change which is taking place with respect to the Kuhn diagram.
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll be adding up here. Then under the ancient part, what are the various aspects? Classical part, what are the various aspects? Modern part, what are the various aspects? We can add it up here. Okay. Then I will be concluding this part. See, conclusion must be always future oriented. That how this aerial differentiation it is used in the contemporary time. So you can also add it. Okay, it might be similar also because the question nature of the last one and this one is of similar kind. But
Hmm.
obviously we have to see for the future. So
Hmm.
what is future we are looking at? We are looking at sustainable development. We are looking for environmental conservation. Okay, and we are looking for equality. Okay, so we have to structure our answer in such a manner that we are taking up all the points here. Now, what points have to be taken up and what have to be left here? Okay, किसे छोड़ना है, किसे रखना है,
Hmm.
ये this is upon the priority part. For example, we know a lot of things about the chorography and chorology and new regional geography, but
Hmm.
what is important here? That is the meaning, okay, and its application. Okay, so 2 points are important. For example, for the choreography part, there is description. Okay, so for example, if Vidal is making any description of any region, so that will be his choreography. Okay, but if someone is having an integrated study of a region where he is taking up the climatic aspect, the soil aspect, the land aspect, okay, then the
Hmm.
human aspect also. So that is the part of the chorology. So how it is being done? It is done in the cultural geography. Okay, it is done there. That various aspects are taken into consideration. So in this way, what we will do here, we will try to explain the dimensions which are present in the various perspectives and paradigms here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Got
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so this is a good answer, but this answer has a capacity to move towards 9 also. And every point 0.5 or 1 mark, if we gain extra in every question. So it is a win-win situation for us. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's move to the next question. So with suitable sketches, elaborate the ocean topography of Indian Ocean. Okay, so this is a static question. Okay, so we'll write answer. Indian Ocean is fairly young as it was formed due to breaking of Gondwana land. The bottom topography is result of interplay between endogenetic and exogenetic forces. Okay, so breaking of Gondwana land. Okay, And you can also add up here the movement of Indian plate and its collision, or we can say cohesion. Not cohesion also, but its collision is also a good word. Collision with Eurasian plate, okay, which basically resulted into the develop or forming of the Indian Ocean. Okay, so this can be added up here. So we can also provide a time scale that is almost around 75 to 80 million years ago. This phenomena started. Okay, so here we can see that this is a good introduction. Now, bottom topography of Indian Ocean, we have continental margins and we have deep ocean floors. Okay, continental shelf, a continental shelf, mostly passive. Okay, so on an average, narrow 4.5% of ocean floor due to presence of higher mountains and plateaus near oceans. Okay, so wider at Ganga Brahmaputra Delta, widest shelf due to mouth of Irrawaddy River. Okay, wide due to subsidence. Okay, narrow, wide. Okay, this point here. So continental shelf of Indian Ocean, continental slope steeper than that of Atlantic due to less sediment deposition. Submarine canyons are found along eastern coast of India, northeast coast of Sri Lanka. Okay, continental rise, general presence due to passive margins. Okay, deep ocean flow. So this is mid-oceanic ridges. First, mid-oceanic ridges or mid-Indian ridges. Presence of central continuous ridge and with a parallel ridge in the 90 east ridge. Okay, ocean basin. You can also add up here the Carlsberg Ridge. Okay, so this can be also added. Okay, Madagascar Ridge. You can also add the names here. It is needed to be specified that Mid Indian Ridge is one of the ridge. Okay, but we also need to add up other ridges. That is Carlsberg. Then we have Madagascar. Okay, etc. Lots of them are there. Okay, then ocean
Okay.
basin and abyssal flow. We have Mid Indian Ridge divides ocean into several basins: Andaman Basin, Indo-Australian Basin, Oman Basin, Somali Basin, Mauritius Basin. Okay. So abyssal floor is generally flat with less hills and mountains. Okay. So this is also generally with respect to phenomena because Indian Ocean is newly formed. Okay, as compared to the Pacific Ocean, which is quite old. So there is very high number of seamounts and plateaus and uh, fjords and hills are present there. Okay.
Yes,
Then
sir.
limited islands and partially enclosed seas, okay, for example, Red Sea, are present in the surrounded by high plateaus. Okay, so you can also take name of certain islands like Chagos, Mauritius. Okay, then we have Seychelles, etc. Okay, but we have the presence of certain islands here. Red Sea, okay, very good. Then oceanic trenches, least number of trenches due to younger age. Very good. Java Sunda Trench. Okay, very good here. So this understanding of Indian Ocean bottom topography not only helps in understanding various oceanic movements, but also in locating various resources found in it like polymetallic nodules. Okay, so this is also good conclusion. Okay, so overall we'll be seeing that the majority part of the aspect of answers have been covered here. Okay, so this much is okay. Okay, certain examples can be added up here. and we do not need to see there is your natural answer writing is quite very good here. Okay, so interplay between the endogenetic and exogenetic part, I would like to add you to add here the part of the plate tectonics.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so plate tectonics is the one which is actually explaining very well that how there is formation of either the mid-oceanic ridges or trenches, or the formation or the burning of the new ocean, etc. So these phenomena are well explained by the plate tectonics theory. So that will be the better one to be added here. Okay, so overall aspects are very well covered. So I will have a, I won't say that any changes needed here in the answer, and I will be directly giving you 50% of the marks. Okay, this is for 15 marks, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so you'll be getting here 7.5 marks out of 10.
Sir, I was wondering if instead of writing this as conclusion,
Hmm.
like the polymetallic nodules, can
Hmm.
I write the latest discoveries of the Ashokan Seamount Chandragupta Ridge
See, they
that
have
was made possible due to the bottom ocean topography?
see what is here. There will be always discovery of small trenches or ridges or plates or
Hmm.
basins will be there. So that is not a very big thing here. What is the
Okay.
important thing that we are actually integrating our conclusion with the either human aspect or economic aspect.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is one part, and we can also add it up with the disaster management. So how we can take it up here? For example, for the economic aspect, you have already provided here. For disaster
Hmm.
management, we have number one, volcanoes. Okay. Number two, here we have tsunami.
Hmm.
Okay, tsunami of 2004. Okay, it can be taken up here. So understanding the bottom topography of Indian Ocean also helps us in predicting or know that which are the areas, spatial regions where disasters can occur with respect to earthquakes and tsunamis. For example, tsunami 2024. Sorry, 2004.
Yes, sir.
So these things can be taken up with respect to conclusion because they are providing us a better picture of the study of the bottom topography.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is okay. So three questions are here. So overall, we can see that this was the static part. There is no very much. I won't say that you go for any changes here. This is good. Your natural instincts are good. Okay. So how did you find this?
Hello, sir.
Hello, I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How did you find
I'll
the session?
So it was really insightful. Like I could have not thought of including those details in the Berry matrix.
Okay.
That was mind opening for me. And
Okay.
adding those paradigm shift diagrams
Hmm.
when required. Plus the insight where I could have is. So one second, my laptop's battery. So the idea of adding more points of
Okay.
behavioral geography and human geography instead of writing paragraphs and paragraphs.
Okay.
Yes, so all those were really helpful, and especially the conclusion part.
Okay. That's great. So, what we'll do, Apurva, you also write certain answers for paper two. Okay, three to four answers as you feel that they are challenging. Okay, take challenging questions and write answers, and we'll discuss them. Okay, in the next session.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you so
so
much, sir. Thank you. This was a really huge thing for me. Like I have never got my answers evaluated earlier. So
okay, no issues, no worries. We will be doing very well for 2026. Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
we will be cracking the exam. Okay,
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
welcome.
Thank you.